Hello my subscribers, welcome to another video. Today I have a bit of a different video. Since I haven't reviewed Venom yet on my channel, I am going to do a Into the SpiderVerse and Venom joint review so I can just kill two birds with one stone essentially. I know it's been a while since I last posted a video. I did see Venom the day after it came out, but then I kind of just kept putting it off making a review, and then I went on vacation. And then I came back and I was like, I don't really want to make a review, and so I just decided to make a review here because there's going to be Into the SpiderVerse already came out, and then Bumblebee's coming out this Friday, or it's probably already came out by the time I get this up. However, I will be keeping it separate to each review, so for example, there won't be any spoilers of Venom and Into the SpiderVerse, and vice versa, so you can safely watch Into the SpiderVerse if you haven't seen Venom, and as I said, vice versa, so there's my spoiler warning, and now we can get into the video. First off, while it's fresh on my mind, I'm going to be doing my first section on Into the SpiderVerse. And my thoughts in a nutshell are, I thought it was good. It wasn't overly amazing like Venom or Infinity War or Black Panther. It wasn't like horrible. It was kind of just in the middle. Some things I did notice were that it was kind of over the top, which I guess you would expect from a cartoon. And this is really bothering me. It's just a thing that bothers me in movies like this. They're way over the top. And also, I thought the other spider people were underused. You get kind of a brief origin story for each of them, and that's kind of all. They're kind of just there like the whole movie. They're not using their special. What makes them special? They're not really using that. So like Spider-Man Noir uses guns. You don't see him doing that too much in the movie, and just things like that. They were definitely underused. Obviously, the main character is Miles Morales. I thought they did a good job with him, but in general, I thought the other spider people were definitely underused. As for the tone, as I kind of said earlier, it was a little over the top and just kind of too goofy for my taste. And now we're going to do what I like to call the after movie chat. And that is kind of like, when you're in the car coming back from the theater, you're discussing the movie, like what you liked, what you didn't like, favorite characters and stuff like that. So I thought my favorite characters were Spider-Man Noir is my top favorite, and then it's Spider-Gwen, and then it's Miles Morales, or I guess Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales are interchangeable. As for favorite scenes, I liked Aunt May's house fight scene, and also the final battle, because that's when the other Spider people had the most to do. I also like that moment when Spider-Ham is trying to teach Spider-Man Noir the colors, and I thought that was just kind of cool. Least favorites, I don't really have any least favorite characters, really. I mean, there were some that are like meh for me, like Spider-Ham, but there wasn't anyone that I strongly disliked or anything like that. Least favorite scene, I mean, again, I don't like trying to classify least favorite scene. Unless it's completely unnecessary, doesn't add anything, it's really hard to judge those because a lot of times it'll be at the beginning where there's not too much going on, except they have to set up stuff. And I'll get to more of that in Venom. But overall, I didn't have very many least favorites for this movie. I mean, most of the time, it's just because they have to be last. I guess my least favorite aspect of the movie was the tone. Like that scene where the Dr. Octopus or Liv or whatever her name was, that when she reveals herself, that was kind of, as I said, over the top. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. So that's kind of that's what I mean when I say over the top. It's stuff like that. Now on to Venom, and let's start with the characters. The thing is, in this movie, that there really aren't that many. There's Dan, and then there's Annie, and then there's Eddie Brock / Venom, and there's like a few other side characters, and besides Carlton Drake. And that's really it. You don't get to know very many characters. It's not like a main cast like in, one of the Avengers movies. It's just kind of like three, like, good guys, kind of, against, like, a few bad guys. And a lot of times they're not named. Like, I don't know what the doctor that helped Eddie get into the Life Foundation, I don't know her name. And that's the thing. I don't know that security guard's name or the person who walked him to death, as Eddie said. So that is a downer of this movie. I don't mean to tear this movie down because it's already been bitten at so many times, but the only really the last hour is good. So essentially, once he gets the symbiote, it's good. It's fast paced, but before then, it's just kind of long and slow and boring. I was watching a video the other day, and the person making it said that Venom essentially had two prologues. They have the part when the symbiotes are arriving, and then they have the section where Eddie gets fired, essentially. And that stood out to me because I think that's probably right. They'd have to kind of reset the pace, if you will. And it only really gets good until about 40 minutes is where I'll start watching. So I've watched it. I haven't watched it all the way through very many times, but whenever I do watch it, which has been quite a few times recently, I just skip to 40 minutes in and then I let it play from there. Another gripe I had with this movie is that Venom doesn't bite off enough heads. He kind of, okay, so I only counted, and the only times he really directly, and it's barely even directly, bites off someone's head is twice. The first time he fully emerges when he broke all of his bones, and then he bites the cop's head off, and then the part where he bites the robber's head off, and that's really it. And they didn't even show it. Not that I want super gory and gruesome and stuff, but it's only really two heads he bites off, and he doesn't really do it other than that. And they kind of just cut away and imply that something really violent is going on. As I said, I don't want it to be super gruesome and disgusting, so you can't watch it. But I do wish that he did more violent stuff, bit off someone's arm or something. Also, when Venom does fight, he doesn't use his tentacle arms very much. He just is like a powered down version of the Hulk. And that's just kind of how all the fight scenes are. He doesn't use his tentacles in the first one where he takes the guy and bangs his head against the tentacle. He just kind of slashes at people and throws them around and stuff like that. That's not to say I didn't like this movie. I really, really enjoyed it. As I said, once you're able to sit through the first 40 minutes of the movie, it becomes really enjoyable. And I do wish it was, again, this is another complaint, but this isn't really a bad, this is what you want from a movie, is that I wish it was longer. It kind of ends kind of short, so it's only an hour and a half, roughly, if you take out the credits, and those take up about 10 minutes. It is a short movie. Not that there's a problem with a short movie, but I just wish it was longer. But again, I really did enjoy this movie. I'm not trying to just tear it down. I know it sounds like that, but that's because, as I've said in other reviews, the bad things stand out more to me than the good things. And I think that's the same with everyone. Now for the after-movie chat. Favorite character was probably Venom / Eddie Brock. Least favorite character, I don't really have one too much. Favorite scene, that's a hard one. There are a lot of good scenes. Just basically all the scenes where Venom and Eddie are working together to take someone down, and I really like that end scene. But just any Eddie and Venom team up scenes. So that San Francisco motorcycle chase is a good one, and then him fighting the people in the news building. As for least favorite scene, there's no scene that I really hate or anything. It's something that stands out to me as my least favorite scene. It would all be, as I said for the other review, just because it has to be last, and I really can't pinpoint it because there's a lot of scenes in the movie, and I can't really say I do not like this scene very much. I mean, some of them are really slow, but you can't have action scenes the whole movie long. So that wraps up my review for Venom and Into the Spider-Verse. Thank you for watching this video if you stayed to the end, which I highly doubt you did. But if you did, congratulations. Please like the video because I need likes. And please subscribe if you haven't because I want subscribers. And I'm not even at 100 and I've been doing this for over a year. And all those other things that you need, the classic outro stuff. Subscribe, like the video, leave a comment with your thoughts, all that stuff. I will see you in the next video, which should be probably in the new year. And thank you for watching, as I said, and goodbye.